Today on Drawbli.
We are celebrating 2 years of Drawbli.
Hey, I'm Ben.
And I'm Abby.
And we are self-taught artists documenting our drawing adventures because art is even more fun when shared with friends.
So, click that subscribe button if you're new around here.
Abby, it's been 2 years since we started Drawbli.
Why, sure it has.
Why, sure. And we still don't know how to draw or speak.
I figure the speaking will come with time, but time has passed.
Time has passed and, we're a little better at drawing. I'd say a lot better at drawing. Pretty terrible at talking still.
You're great at talking. I'm picking up on it as I go.
She's learning. She's learning to speak.
I'm a late bloomer.
Well, hey, we just wanted to take a quick moment here, say thank you to everybody who's been with us since the beginning, as well as anybody who's joined us on this journey.
Yes, thank you for being here and for supporting us in our journey. We appreciate you, we love your comments, and we are encouraged by them too.
Yeah, I literally don't think we've ever gotten a nasty comment that I've been like, oh, screw that person.
Yeah, they're always so nice.
They're always super kind.
We show them to each other sometimes, and they're like, did you see this nice comment?
Did you see what this person's, oh my God.
So nice.
The nicest thing anyone's ever said.
Yeah, literally. No.
Well, I hope you enjoy the upcoming clips, which are some of our favorite clips from the past year of Drawbli, as much as we enjoyed making them. Let's check them out. Today on Drawbli. Wow.
Ben is drawing noses. I am accidentally making art. Ben is drawing a barn owl. It's a head-to-head battle of titans.
Oh. Who's that?
What?
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, what?
Oh,
no.
What? Oh my God, what is this?
Oh
my gosh.
It is time once again for Dracula to return. I have been gone for a century.
A year.
1 year is a century in a vampire's time.
Dracula, in this century you were gone. What sights did you see?
I saw absolutely nothing.
Was it all dark and black and cold?
Yes, just like my heart.
Well, let's warm it up with these warm pumpkin drawings, Dracula. What do you think of this pumpkin here?
I think, Dracula had to leave.
Yeah, he had to go. Bye.
So we're doing some homework of a little class that we started.
Yeah, we found an online class for art, digital art specifically, and this is one of the first assignments is to render out these simple shapes.
An artist that I'm sure many of you are familiar with, Ahmed Al-Duri. So we're doing some homework today. This is our second homework assignment since we started our art class from MedsMap.
He even said in the video, the most important part is you draw cute faces on them at the end.
I mean, it is. And of course, a little reference here to the Sistine Chapel to bring it all home as we are learning to become artists.
Yes.
You paint 4 different swimmers here.
Yeah, this was so zen, so soothing to do.
You killed this one. This is so cool.
Thank you. This is the best way to relax and to paint swimmers. I do a little shading pass. Later, I do a little color pass. Stick around, see how it turns out because
I'll stick
it's
around.
Real cute. You'll stick around. Thanks for sticking around, buddy.
Of course.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Now, my question is, when we next go to the Renaissance Fair, is this you saying that you want me to go in full armor? Are you saying this is what I should cosplay as next?
Yes, you gotta stop wearing the skimpy armor, Abby.
I don't wear any armor. I don't wear skimpy armor.
You can't wear video game
No.
skimpy. There's no defense there. This isn't video game logic. This is real life, and you gotta be protected. You can't just wear your chainmail bikini and expect to block a sword.
You have a chainmail bikini.
Yeah, but I'm not going out sword fighting. I'm just showing off the goods.
That purely is just for the aesthetic.
Yeah, you gotta love video game logic for women's armor.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But
guys like level 100 armor, massive, like this huge chunky thing. Girl, level 100 armor, skimpy chainmail bikini.
oh my gosh. Well, you know what sells?
Skimpy chainmail bikini.
Not armor. But there's so much you do well. I mean, look at the fourth one. Look at all that beautiful, like, red on the bridge of the nose and across.
I'm not looking for compliments here. I'm looking for how I make my nose gooder.
Sometimes that's about recognizing what you're already doing well, though. Sometimes it's good also to see, like, what am I doing badly? But it's also just as important to say, what am I doing well? And how can I continue to incorporate that? Because I've had instances making art where I've made something and been like, wow, that was cool. I love how this turned out. And then I totally forget to keep doing the good thing that I did in that one.
Oh my gosh, you're so right. Gotta keep doing the good things.
Gotta keep doing the good things. So find something you like and keep incorporating that element. But of course, continue to branch out as well.
Do everything all the time.
Celebrate the good things. Celebrate the victories while you try to figure out the things you don't like as much too. So I painted him over the course of a couple days.
Look at this color on the hand.
Thank you. Hands are hard.
That looks so good.
Thank you. Well, don't say good yet because I end up changing it a million times.
No, now it looks terrible. No, it looks awesome. Wow. I'm very impressed right now.
Are you? Thank you. Thank you.
It's looking great.
I like it. Some chromatic aberration, just a little bit, like 2%. I heard that's good.
Ooh.
I can't tell any difference.
Just like 2%. I heard that's good. No, he looks awesome. This is so cool and colorful and fun. This looks like this could be like a commission for somebody's profile pic.
Oh.
For like, Instagram or whatever.
Maybe
this
not
is so
charging
cool.
a lot yet, but yeah.
Yeah, and if you want to get a profile pic made, you have to first click that subscribe button.
Mm-hmm. And comment below with ideas of what we can do to improve. So
Wait. You enjoy art?
I mean, sometimes.
On occasion. I'm known to dabble.
Yeah, it's a nice little in-between quill between our art school videos.
What fairy tale world did you find these images from? The capybara
right?
hugging a cat?
Oh my gosh. It's so cute. Now, my original love from capybaras comes from my childhood. I never met a capybara, but one of my favorite children's books, authors, and illustrators, Bill Peet, had a book called Cappy Boppy.
Cappy Boppy?
Cappy Boppy.
And what is Cappy Boppy?
It was just about a capybara.
And was his name Cappy Boppy?
Yes, it was.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. Bill Peet was a huge influence on my love of art and sketchy art like this, kind of pencil-y art in general.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Here, I'll have to put up one of his images on screen.
Ba-dum.
Cappy Boppy.
Oh, you always, for once, I just want to do the sound effect. I mean, you always do.
Ready? Go. Let's hear it. Let's hear your best sound effect.
That was it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, the image faded in real well there with that sound you gave us. Thank you. Just to throw it back here to your portrait.
What?
Holy cow. It's looking so cool. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love this. Look at this. I love just the dimensionality of it.
The dimensionality.
Every time you add a new piece of selection,
it
makes it more complex and
it's complex.
It's complex. Okay, you muppet. It reads really well.
Thank you.
I love this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun just working on this. I mean, the selection tool for me is a lot more akin to 3D. Because it's like I'm creating planes of geometry, Very similar to digital sculpting.
I do feel like this is leaning into your strengths when you use the selection tool, because exactly what you said, it's planes and you are very comfortable with planes.
How many cows did you draw?
Okay, this is the last one.
Okay.
And then I do take another cow and add more color to it as well. But this cow, I decided I was warmed up, so now I had to try to add some color. But as happens quite a lot.
You picked a black and white cow to add color to, Abby?
Are you kidding me? Black furry animals are one of the best to add color to because their fur reflects little pieces of color and light. I mean, look, he's got like pink on his muzzle and he's got blue on his head.
How am I so dumb?
How, Ben? How? But also, no,
This
you're
is what
fine.
everybody is thinking in the comments
Oh
every
my gosh,
episode.
they're like, how did Ben miss that? Black animals are the best animals to draw. What's the deal with sketchy appeal?
Yes, that's the question.
Welcome to my slam poetry session. I don't know. What is it about the sketchy look that can be similarly appealing to a fine, finished piece of art?
Mm-hmm.
You're asking the wrong person. I don't know.
Something about the organic, like, randomness of a sketch almost. Like there's some texture in there, and there was a small skip in the video there. Apologies. There was about a 10-minute filling in the outside edge as I grew that I was like, that's not worth watching. So it was just me kind of painting the border around the outside.
Nice.
But maybe some of like the lively energy that you have in a sketch, like the randomness of it. I don't know.
I think so.
I don't know. Comment below. What do you like about sketches? What's the secret,
What do you
guys?
think the reason is that we are drawn to sketches in general?
Abby texted me the other day and she said, "Hey, send me that brush gun emoji." And I was like,
You didn't send it.
I just replied, "No, double gun emoji." Because it's so funny where I was just sitting there painting the other day and you're like, "What's that brush? I need that brush. Give me that brush." And I was like, "No, you don't need this brush. It's a nothing brush."
I needed to become a good artist.
Brushes don't matter at all. The brush I was using was literally just an opacity brush, like a hard round opacity brush. That's all it was.
And it was, I need it though. I absolutely need it to be able to create.
It was as simple of a brush as you could have.
Well, that just reminded me though that I need to go move that from your iPad to my iPad, which I can do independently. I think that bright background really added so much to how excellent and clean this looks, and the contrast between her hair and clothing was so cool. This just turned out so amazing, and you should definitely be very proud. We'll put it on the fridge.
Oh yay, we haven't put something on the fridge in a while.
Yeah, aka the Instagram.
The Instagram that we barely use, yes.
Yeah, we're using it more these days.
We are. This is true.
We're posting our old work on there. We're getting through the body of our old work on there.
Yes, we neglected it for a long time.
Oh my gosh, yeah. When I was young, there was one of the dads at my, one of the dads we knew, and he had the most silver hair I'd ever seen in my life. Like it
and
looked
an awakening happened inside of Abby.
No, I just always suspected that he dyed his hair silver.
Oh, very likely. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. At one point, I should have asked. Briefly, I dated his son when I was young, in my teens. And
couldn't have the father.
Oh, gross. Stop, weirdo. Apparently, I couldn't have any of them, I guess. We're not together anymore. Anyway, as many teenage relationships go.
I want to start here. What do you think of John Singer Sargent's work?
I think it's amazing. I think his stroke quality is and economy is amazing. I'm so thrilled to do this after we just went to the Cincinnati Art Museum and got to see one of his paintings in the flesh.
Yeah, I think
really
there was
awesome.
definitely one. It was two women sitting on the bank of like a river stream.
Two women
creek.
sitting on the bank there, fishing 5 feet apart because they're, yes.
Because they're not gay. Yes.
Yes.
You've leveled up.
I know how I've leveled up. I finally downloaded the brushes that were with our course.
No.
Yeah, I finally did.
Yes, you did, because I helped you with it, but that is not the answer.
It's part of the answer.
It is not. And I feel like for some people it might get frustrating where they're like commenting the same thing multiple times, like, "Why aren't you getting this?" And it's like, we will get it, but it's going to be a minute. And by a minute, I mean many months.
Yes.
Like, just because you understand a concept, and I think I'm a very good example of this. I am a professional digital sculptor. I have been for a number of years. I operate at a very high level. Yet I am terrible at 2D art. I've become a lot better over the past year plus, but I am still nowhere near as competent, even though I understand so many different concepts in terms of working with art. Like I understand, all these different ideas that that I can translate with my 3D toolset, but using the toolset of two-dimensional tools is just so different to that.
It really is. And that was my big learning curve too, going digital versus physical media. Not that you were a professional
doodler or anything.
Not that I was a professional in any sense of the word. But just taking on this whole new medium, it's been very, very fun and challenging to learn the ins and outs of it and try to get a little better. But I'm glad we're doing it. They say the years are going to go by either way. At the end of X amount of years, might as well be kind of good at something new rather than nowhere with anything new.
I could do that. I could be an E-boy. Is green really the color for me, though?
Green is the color of E.
Oh, the E color.
Yes,
I was
electronic.
Unaware.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen The Matrix? Obviously, it's green.
Oh, it all makes sense now. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're gonna be an electronic boy, I'm just saying you gotta start fitting the picture.
Oh man. Well, I started growing a mustache. Does that count?
It does count in a 1930s steam engine electronic boy kind of way. That was the early version of E-boy, Steam Boy.
Steam Boy. It's okay. The mustache won't last very long.
I like the mustache.
I'm thinking at most it'll go another 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay. Well, we can discuss it again at that time. In the meantime, I love doing a voice for you of like a 1930s businessman on his way to make business transactions, Martha.
I'm going to go do business.
No, that's why I have to do the voice for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Please continue to do continue to speak for me.
The stocks are through the roof.
Martha?
I think a 1930s man would be talking to Martha all the time.
Oh, of course,
He's very affectionate towards Martha, but he's mostly like just talking. The newspapers have said it all today, Martha.
And every sentence ends with Martha. Is that correct?
Well, it doesn't have to be that way, but in this case, since I'm using the voice to talk back to myself, I have dubbed myself Martha.
What if it was like a transatlantic accent, like a horse race kind of... And Martha's coming around the 6th, kind of.
You could do that too. Yeah, you could. And that's where I would say you can handle the voice.
Okay. Only if I do that voice.
Yes.
Look at you.
You're
so doing
it's like,
it.
Round things. Round.
You're doing it all.
I know. I feel like I'm really doing it. Like I'm really learning
I'm doing it. I'm doing the art.
Like I'm writing without my training wheels.
And look at this lighting.
This is the masking feature, which obviously I needed to start to learn to become comfortable with. It just ended up looking super amazing, and I loved that about it. So yeah, I think this is something really cool that you created. Definitely the kind of piece that I look at and I think, oh my gosh, I'm falling behind. I need to step up my game.
And I didn't show painting the background there because I didn't record it, and it was just splotches of paint there in the background. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy, just something quick. But there is my finished piece, and I think all of your praise is worthy of the fact that I enjoyed working on this, and that's, I think, why it turned out as one of my better pieces.
That's fun how that worked. The same information on my driver's license that I had put there when I first got my driver's license at like 18, and I'd look at it and be like, they'd be confirming it for my, driver's license many years later, and I'd be like, yeah, I still weigh that much.
So
not true.
So I grew up in Indiana, and on your driver's license, you didn't have to get your driver's license changed for like, I want to say you didn't have to get a new image for like a decade. So I got my temps when I was 16. I was 16 years old, looking like a freaking babby.
Aww.
And that was my driver's license for like 8 years until I moved to Kentucky. So I was dating myself a little here. So I was like 24, and my driver's license was a picture of me when I was 16.
Oh my gosh.
You'd go somewhere and like buy some alcohol, and they'd be like, let me see your ID, and you hand it to them, and they look at it, and they look at you, and then they just kind of squint really hard.
Yeah. Like, I don't know about this. Yeah. Do you think that's how James Cameron treated Avatar at the whole time? They were all just like normal flesh tones, and at the end he's like, let's make them blue.
James Cameron has some like weird blue perversion. I don't know. No one knows how James Cameron's brain works.
I'm sure it's not a perversion. I'm sure it's an inspiration, a muse.
Abby, did you see what they did with their hair in that movie? James Cameron is a freak.
I think you pointed out, at this point I hadn't flipped my canvas much, and you were with me at the coffee shop that day, and there's some proportional problems.
I've never seen this one.
You have.
I've never seen this drawing.
Oh,
no?
You have, because you pointed out that her forehead was a little too expanded.
Oh, okay, yeah. You did specifically ask me, though.
I did. Oh, I did. Yes, let me be clear. Like, that was sought out perspective.
I didn't just lean over, take
No.
sip of coffee with pinky out. Her forehead's a little large.
Can you imagine if we did that with each other all the time? Just, what are you drawing? Oh, here's everything that's wrong with what you're doing. How awful.
I do that, but I write it down in a journal for you, and I'm going to give it to you on Christmas.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I will not read it. I would probably not handle that well.
This was something that I painted in bed the other night with Abby yelling at me, telling me to stop shaking the bed.
Yes.
Because I apparently...
the whole bed was shaking.
I gotta get my whole arm into the motion.
You do, but not after I've gone to bed. You should have gone out to the couch.
Maybe you should have gone.
I tried to. Every time I stood up and I was like, I'm going to the couch, you'd be like, no, I'm almost done.
Because I was on. I looked at the footage for this. And it was like 28 minutes. It was like I was. That is soon.
That's like 3 hours in bedtime.
Oh my god. Well, here's the first thing that I painted. It was an eye.
It was an eye, and it's amazing. I harbor no ill will towards this
Really?
eye.
It's only you might. It sounds like you might harbor some ill will.
Not towards the eye.
Not towards the eye? Interesting.
The eye was an innocent bystander. Eye-stander, if you will.
An eye
No.
We make jokes here on Drawbli. We're funny. Abby says funny things.
I say funny things. So the eye, tell me more.
It's an eye.
Okay, so these are for my brain, and here's the funniest thing I learned from this exercise is that I don't know how legs do in proportion to the rest of the body.
Yeah.
All these people are so short. Look at the legs.
So
I think I was going for something like that robotic here, but it still surprised me with how bad it was.
yeah, I wasn't confident enough. I didn't have the bold decision-making skills to be able to say, yes, I'm keeping it this way.
Well.
Only if I was brave enough to just say yes to my artwork.
I need to tell you about a terrifying decision I made yesterday, real quick.
Oh, God.
That was so scary.
Tell me about your terrifying... Just go. Let's hear
I went
it.
to my wedding dress alterations appointment.
Oh.
And the one thing I didn't like about my wedding dress was this lace that was on the bottom. It
Oh.
looked very like Italian wedding to me, and the rest of the dress is very like in the woods of nature, very pretty. And
Spoilers.
I know, right? And I told her to cut it off.
Whoa.
Yeah, I just said cut it off, and she did. Now, I wish I could talk about my outfit that I wore that day, but we're really not here to talk about that.
Tell me about your outfit
Oh
that you
my
wore
gosh,
that
thank
day.
you for asking. So you got me this sweater for Christmas
I
that
did?
has all these like
What?
mushrooms on it, and it's so cute. So I wore that with these like green jogger pants, and I wore them with my sister's brown little combat boots, and I just looked like somebody who was headed out for the day to draw and be on a little adventure. I needed I had a little backpack. It was a black leather backpack, so you know, it didn't quite have like a rucksack vibe, but oh yes. So that
It was a great adventuring in a greenhouse outfit.
and I wore these little earrings with like moons in them, so I looked like
Oh
I
my
don't know. My
gosh.
whole vibe was
Wow.
just on.
Very vibe.
I don't know if you included a picture of my work in this, did you?
I did right here.
Oh, but there it is.
I was waiting for you to make a sound effect just so I could edit it in. Thank you.
So I did pencil and then pen and then a little brief once over with my watercolors. The rest
it's
of
called
it.
the annoying orange.
Oh, I've
know.
heard of that.
Yeah.
I've
It looks
heard
like a
of it.
screaming orange.
Wow, it
so-
definitely isn't something I keep on the forefront of my mind as famous celebrity characters.
I think about
of
it every night
YouTube.
before I go to bed.
Is that how you fall asleep at night? The orange just screams you to sleep.
Yeah, it's really soothing. I have a podcast on loop that I just listened to of his voice
Oh,
screaming, rendering a face and then rendering a cube next to it. And it's just like, it's all about the basics. Like everything always comes back to the fundamentals where it's like, you gotta understand the form that you're looking at and not muddy your values. Like, here's the light. This is where the light is hitting the object. The nose is a box. Like, you can't F up the box. Like it's gonna look weird if you do that. And like that's all it comes back to. It always comes back to fundamentals.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, those are obviously my favorite out of what you did. This first one is actually exceptional. Like if you zoom out or blur your eyes slightly, that looked like a hand.
Yeah.
That looked like a real good hand.
Thank you.
Very impressed. This one turned out really good too.
Thank you.
They all turned out so good.
This one was the struggle bus that I
It
abandoned.
might have been the struggle bus, but I think you clutched it.
Thank
clutched
you.
it in the end.
Aw. Well, hey, if you want to clutch it in the end, hit that subscribbling button.
I feel like I've made a really big breakthrough in my process specifically.
Now, just to warn you, whatever breakthrough you make, I will steal from you, and I will
Yeah,
use
of
it
course.
for my own advancement and
I would
success.
expect nothing less.
Wow. Well, beautiful presentation and beautiful work. Thank you for sharing your work.
You're welcome.
With
You're
us
welcome.
today.
Of course. Yeah.
Thank you.
I've had so much fun being a guest on this show. Thank you for having me.
We have loved having you
Yeah,
here.
thank
Me,
you.
myself, and I over here.
Look at that bounced light that you got there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's like you know what you're doing.
Oh, look, check it out, check it out. There was $20 in there.
Okay, so we need to pause everything to just talk about this for a brief moment because Abby has a serious problem, and I would love for everyone to just
To know about my problem.
Take a moment to comment below and encourage Abby to stop hiding money like a squirrel.
I don't even do it anymore. I used to have a lot of cash because before you met me, I used to bartend and waitress, and so I had cash all the time.
You know, it's funny that you say you don't do it anymore, yet you're drawing the things from the bottom of your purse like random bills of money.
I can explain why that $20 bill was there.
Go ahead. Explain.
Okay, so my coworker came up to me and she said, Abby, my son wants $20. And I said, what? And she said, if I give you $20 in cash, will you Venmo me $20? And I was like, whatever money arrangement you have with your son is really weird.
Are you being scammed?
Yeah, I felt, but I know her really well. And so like every alarm in my brain went off as scam. But I was like, no. This is
So
this
they
is
gave
my
you
friend.
$20 for you to Venmo them $20.
Yeah.
I think you got scammed. I actually think you should check your bank account to see if you still have money in it because I'm pretty sure you got scammed and there's no money
In my Venmo.
Your Venmo is empty.
Feel
Ooh, we
where
should
they
do
are.
a full week of just environment practice.
I like it. Yes.
Your mouth said I like it, but your face said I don't like it.
My face said, I'm going to miss the people.
miss the people.
I want the people to still be in the environment.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll just focus on environments and you can do both.
Maybe we can both work on the same paintings and you'll do the environment aspect and I'll do the people aspect.
I'll have my people talk to your people.
Okay, I'll have my environment talk to your environment.
Okay.
Sad announcement.
Oh,
sad
oh
announcement.
my gosh, this is
We're
a very
here to
sad
honor
announcement.
the death of my first Apple Pencil. I dropped it on the tip and it stopped working. And I already have a new one. Yay! But this one still lingers in the bottom of my purse because I don't know how to properly recycle it yet. Oh, so when you say self-given assignment, did you grade yourself?
Oh yeah, definitely. I scored a 6 1/3.
Oh wow!
Yeah, pretty low score.
No,
honestly.
it's only a scale of 7. Didn't you know?
Oh wow, so actually pretty high score.
Pretty high. If I were to be like, oh, let me go compare myself to Rhino Tuna or Loish, I would obviously just be sad and be like, I shouldn't draw.
I should give up.
But it's always kind of...
I'm old now.
Yes, also I'm old now and I never drew again. You don't have to have an
Obviously.
iPad. You can have a stick and some dirt. And if you are feeling compelled to create art, you can create it with a stick and the dirt.
That's actually what your dad did growing up. A lot of that.
Yeah, oh, we would...
Stuff that's still there today from when he was a kid, which is crazy. I think we've talked about it like once or twice on Drawbli.
I think it's definitely instilled my nature and my siblings' nature of just creating art with what's on hand. We'll crush like purple berries that we find growing and just paint on sidewalks. It makes your skin very itchy, but hey, what can you do?
As a quick remark on that topic, her dad has these old mud sculptures from when he was a kid and, you know, growing up, like in
Illinois.
Deep in the depths of Illinois.
Yes.
Where there are these just awesome sculptures made out of dirt, and they still stand there today.
I'll take you to see them sometime, Ben.
Wow.
That'd be cool. Yes, the only thing that keeps me going is a constant feather to the brain. constantly tickling it. It giggles and it laughs and it says, "No, stop!" And I say, "Ha ha ha, more, ha ha."
More fan art of Overwatch characters, yes. It's easy to look at this if you're brand new or maybe just been here for a little while and be like, oh yeah, that's cool, or maybe it's not amazing, right? But like if you look back even 6 months or a year ago, you're like, whoa, what the heck? Like, holy cow, they've gotten so much better. It's insane.
Yeah.
And I really just attribute that to consistency. So
Yes.
how consistent we've been with, doing these every week.
That's
3 videos
definitely.
every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yeah, we're here, we're posting, we're like, we were drawing this week. How about you?
Yeah, how about you?
Oh my gosh.
Pulls out my magnifying glass. Hey, audience.
You say you want to learn to draw, and you can with what time you have.
I love the way you're cropping your image on the edge of the screen.
That's what I always do.
That's amazing.
Is there a better way?
Nope. There definitely isn't. That was awesome. And this is awesome. And of course, if you want to see more awesome artwork from not just Abby, but the occasional mediocre piece from Ben, click that like and subscribe button.
And share your work on Instagram with the hashtag Drawbli, because drawing is better with friends.
It's like not knowing who, like, Mickey Mouse is, though. Like,
I've forgiven myself.
You don't know who Goku is. That's like... That's a little unforgivable. There's like a million Muppets, and Muppets were popular like 40 years ago.
Yeah, and they were funny, and they did jokes all the time, and they have their flippy floppy heads. Goku's not doing
Goku
any
does
of that.
jokes. Goku does.
No, he just charges up a ball for like...
Charges up a ball?
For
Wow.
like ever.
That's very reductive.
Yeah, well...
But also very accurate.
I know. I cannot imagine. I think I caught like half an episode of Dragon Ball Z in my youth, and I was like, that was the most boring thing I've ever seen in my life.
Only because you didn't watch the next 30 episodes where he finishes charging up his big ball.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Of all the things I wasted time on in my youth, that was not one of them, and I'll say that proudly. I don't care. But no, I like how you just have these like little hue shifts and contrast shifts around the eye that are really doing a good job communicating the shape of the eye and adding a lot of interest and emphasizing the focal point nature of the eyes.
It's kind of an advanced technique.
No, it's not.
You probably like wouldn't understand it.
Oh
like
my
I
God.
would explain it, but
my God.
I know you're not gonna get it.
You are the worst. Tell the nice audience how you made the eyes.
I put colors on them.
Yeah, I thought so. I suspected as much. I saw those colors and I said, it looks like he's put colors on those. And here he is.
Aww, and he's smiling and so happy.
Yeah, he's fun. He's so cute.
But we're just like, yeah, this beautiful, magnificent creature. Barn owl.
Barn. It lives in a barn, a human construct, and therefore we name it based on the human construct in which it began to reside once we started building those.
Well, I mean, a ghost is a human construct.
What did they call these owls before they made barns?
They didn't call them anything.
They did. They just had a different name.
No. No, it's lost to the ages.
Maybe they called them ghost owls.
Maybe.
Who knows?
No. Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe given a couple more hours, smoothing out some of those kind of scratchy lines that are like defining her face and stuff, you might have been a little more pleased with it, because I think there's a lot to be pleased with.
Potentially, but I think if this was a head-to-head challenge, a little bit of a versus, I think you definitely take the win on this one.
I feel like it's a win where it's like, it's a 5K and we're the only 2 people in our age division competing. So even though we come in like dead last out of the whole 5K, I ran 2 feet in front of you and I'm like the winner.
No, you won
That's
this
how it
one
feels.
by a lot. Your portrait looks really cool.
Thank
The
you.
lighting, the hand looks great. You did a really good job on this one.
Thank you.
So yes, we are titans of the art world.
Of the art industry.
We've been learning to draw for a year and 6 months.
Yes.
We're pretty much like the best artists on the
The
internet.
best artist. Well, one of us is the best artist of us 2. And I think today that artist is... Oh, I won't say. We'll get there.
No
We'll get there.
spoilers.
No spoilers.
Even though people already saw the thumbnail with the finished artwork.
But they don't know whose is whose yet. They've already decided, but they're like...
I think they could guess.
I think they can tell where this is going. Well, congratulations on your big win. And it's got this massive countertop that is a huge workspace that just invites you to come and create and to cook new things.
It's a huge workspace, but it's odd how that workspace has so many things on it.
Well, imagine us in a smaller workspace.
Oh man, you're a little side eye.
Bombastic side eye. You're just, that was totally nice. I am the one who sees to it that there is decoration on this workspace, okay? See that corner in the left there? There's the antique coffee grinder, a photo of us, a vase. There's a whole little platform with some pretty wine glasses on it. Who made that happen? It was up to you. That would be a blank space.
Now, if I went down and took a photo of our kitchen right now, it would not look.
Maybe you'd see the groceries that I just picked up from the grocery store myself. You don't want to try this with me. Don't even try this with me. If there's anything on that counter, it is because I deserve to put it there. Also, our newest edition, SMEG, of learning and growth, which is what'll keep us young forever.
It will?
Well, that's what they say, isn't it? Like, you keep your brain young by continuing to learn new things and to grow.
But soon enough, we'll become stuck in our drawing ways, and we won't want to change.
Well, once we've mastered all that there is to know about drawing, and
which will only take like a year or two?
Yeah, probably just like a year or two. Then we'll just adjacently master a new thing.
Okay, yes. That's fair.
I set out to draw on this particular fine day. We were at Starbucks.
Millionaires. Wow, look at him. He's in the newspaper. He's got to be a millionaire.
There was the newspaper at Starbucks, which I was so delighted when you looked at me, rifling through the newspaper, and you said, "What are you, a 1980s businessman?" with the newspaper, which is such a funny thing to me. Like, you just imagining that only 1980s businessmen.
This is the only era of people reading newspapers. You had to be a businessman in the 1980s.
In the 1980s, because that's how you got your news. And only the businessmen would read the newspaper because they were on it. They were sharp and cutting edge.
My favorite part about the iPad is the on-the-go nature of it.
That's something you've talked about since the very dawn of Drawbli, is how excited you were to not be locked away to a desktop.
Exactly.
As you are for sculpting. And I'm happy for you. It's nice to go to coffee shops in the living room.
As someone who has worked from home for a very long time, and then got to listen to people say during COVID, like, "Oh wow, it's really lonely working from home all the time." I'm like, yeah, for sure. Me over here, been doing that for so long.
Me still working at the hospital during COVID, like, why didn't I have one of those at-home jobs? Totally different ball game.
But yeah, it does get lonely. It does get old fast. So I really enjoy about once, maybe twice a week, going out to a cafe or maybe the local university, hanging out around there and drawing.
I love the blue rim light you're putting on him here.
Thank you.
I think it goes really well with his eyes.
Now, you always mentioned that you like the way I render my eyes.
I do.
I like the way you're rendering these eyes. I mean, this is looking way better than what I do with mine.
Thank you. And I still think the way you render your eyes, it's just a very clean effect very quickly. But I did really enjoy this learning journey, and I intend to continue to use what I've learned here for other kinds of artwork, not just eyes. Like, I think I used to use canvas texture backgrounds a lot more. Here I am jotting down my notes on what I'm noticing as to be
intention.
Intention.
I like it. I like the subtle canvas texture as well, but there is definitely a huge improvement. I think the color warmth
The warmth was huge. The color
really
shift was huge. Yeah, thank you. This one I just put the paint directly onto the canvas, which we all know is called
alla prima.
Thank you.
Which is how you always say it.
Dang it. I was hoping you'd just say it right and I could just be like, yes.
Well, it is alla prima, but when you say it, you say, one, allo primo, and two, you say allo primo, like you're some kind of caricature of an Italian, which
is horribly offensive, and I shouldn't do that.
Which isn't even, I don't even know if that's correct. So it's something that I always think about when I'm watching these back. I don't know if you think about this ever, but I can think about either where I was or what I was doing or listening to. Yeah. And I remember listening to The Adventure Zone, my favorite podcast, one of my favorite podcasts, while I was working on this hand. And what was so funny was that I worked on this hand for a little while while listening to this podcast. And then I reached a point where I was like, okay, I gotta go. Like, I'm done. I gotta head back home because I was out working. And I was like, how long did I spend on that? Maybe like 20 minutes? Something like that? Maybe up to 30. And I looked at the recording and it was an hour. And I was like, whoa, how was that an hour? Like, it really kind of flew by how quickly I had worked on that.
Sometimes it's like that. Like, I genuinely am sometimes surprised when I get to the end and I'm like, well, how long have I been working on this? And it's like, oh, so much longer than I realized.
So long, yes. I've always felt like lines were this thing that I never understood. Sketching is like so weird and hard for me, just because I have, like a 3D brain. I think about like the planes of the different shapes. But then I don't know when it happened, but I'm just like, sketching is just, I've said it before, and I've known it, and I've heard it, like, sketching is just like painting. Painting is sketching. Painting is drawing. It's all the same. But, like, it just took time for me to kind of get there mentally.
Isn't that interesting that, like, you can tell a person a thing until you're blue in the face, but for many things, it's an experience thing. You have to experience it, and that comes with time and repetition. Also, sometimes it's how something's said. Maybe you'll hear it one way 20 times, and then somebody says something about it a slightly different way, and you're like, oh, well, that just clicks for me. I get it now. I get it.
This is really cool.
Thank you.
Where can I buy this for my wall, Abby?
Oh, wow. Well, I'll get you a deal. I know the artist.
Yeah, you do? Oh, man, I'd love to. This is cool. I could see this like hanging on our wall. This is awesome.
It is fun. I put it in the basement. Have it be right where you turn around the corner. There's just this very worried-looking person looking right behind you, and maybe there's somebody behind you. Oh no!
I love that kind of just reminds me of like either growing up or even in your home right now where you have an artwork hanging up. For those that do hang up artwork, which you totally should. I don't know why you wouldn't. But it's just like you're always going in a certain room and you associate that room with that artwork. One for me was when you'd walk down the stairs to the basement, there was this painting of zebras that my sister had made when she was maybe like in high school or something. And it's been there for like 2 decades.
Yeah, it's still there. I've seen it.
It's been there forever. And I always associate that artwork with walking down the stairs at my parents' house.
Oh, that's funny. That makes sense, though. Yeah. Like, it would go with a location as well.
Where would we associate? Ooh, maybe we could just like hang this in the bathroom, eye level with if you're sitting on the toilet.
Oh, no.
So worried. I'm so concerned.
Girl. I feel bad for the painting at that point. It's like, oh no.
Oh, and here I am. I mentioned that I was very jealous of the paper textures that you created.
Oh my goodness.
So I created my own paper texture.
You're doing the most.
Very quick paper texture.
There it is.
But there it is, paper texture.
It is a paper texture. Nobody can deny. That's amazing.
Papery.
I like that. I like that a lot. That's really cool.
Hey, thanks for watching, everybody, here to the end. Click that like and subscribe button if you're new around here, and check out our guidebook link down below.
Share your work on Instagram with #Drawbli because drawing is better with friends.
And this is the part where we say
goodbye.
Goomba. I feel like we should do something really big for the end slate for our 2-year special. Like, there's got to be something really big here at the end.
Oh, we could high five.
Okay, let's start with that.
Okay.
All right, and then what?
And then
rock, paper, scissors.
Rock,
okay,
paper,
yeah.
scissors.
1, 2,
Oh, the tie.
That's
tie
again.
again.
Oh man. And
Oh,
then
it's a tie.
oh man, wow, this is.
I won.
Oh no, that means you're gonna do so much
Means I'm
more
the president of
improvement
Drawbli.
over me over the next year,
Yes.
and you're the president of Drawbli. Wow, that's how we decide the president of Drawbli every year now.
It's gonna be a coup. Don't worry.